is CDX.
Hey y'all, I'm Allie Kelly with CDX. We're at 2019 CMA Fest, and we are with Brinn Black and her new single, 72. Tell us the story of 72. It is so cute. You wrote it.
Thank you.
Yes?
I did,
Okay.
yeah, with two of my girlfriends, Brianna Tyson and Brittany Kelly. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Well, her artist name is Britty, Britty, so check her out. Yeah, she's a Canadian artist and she's so good. They're both amazing. It was our first co-write together, and I think Brianna and I, we're going through the similar situations and with our relationships at the time, and I had the song title for a long time in my phone, and I would throw it out, and nobody really grabbed it, until that day, and they're like, yes, let's do it. And so it turned into this like love song, but it was written out of angst. So I think that guys really like it because it's something they've always wanted the girls to say to them in a way. But then girls like it because it's something they've always wanted to say.
Yeah.
It just kind of morphed into that. But it was hit really close to home for a long time. My boyfriend smoked Blue Marlboro 72, so.
That's so funny. He must have smoked a lot. And
he did, and every time we get in a tough conversation, he'd be like, oh, I need to smoke. And I've never smoked before, so I don't get it.
Yeah.
And so the whole, so the song was kind of like, I don't get this. Like, put that down, pick me up.
Yeah, I love that. That's so
Yeah.
good. And I know the girls think it all the time. And
Yeah,
I'm
we
sure
just
for a
never
guy,
say
they're
it.
like, oh my gosh, that's
Yeah.
good.
I mean, and it's not like an anti-smoking song, but if it helps people smoke less, then that's great too.
That's really good. I love it. That's a great title. Let me ask you about Daddy's Medicine.
Yeah.
Tell me that story too.
I
love that song.
Thank
That's
you.
so good.
Thank you. A true story, but it came from a time where my dad was in rehab. He had been sober 15 years, and then his wife passed away, and he relapsed. And I mean, nobody blames him for that. I mean, it's a hard time. And, right after he relapsed, he was like, I need help. I need to kick this in the bud. And so I went through the family program at Cumberland Heights. So they bring in the families, and you get to kind of learn more about addiction and how to support your person, and also get some therapy as a family, which was great. And that just broke me wide open, the whole process. And so that song came from that month after I went through the family program, and I think it was a song I needed to write my whole life. And
transparent.
Yeah, and I remember looking down at my phone for song ideas that day, and I had a list of my dad's medication in my phone because he had been in and out the hospitals and all this. So I looked and I saw the title, Daddy's Medicine, and I was like, I didn't write that song. And I was like a God moment. I was like, God, I'm not ready to write that song yet. And I clicked on it, and it was his medication list. And I was like, dang it, now I have to write this song. And I cried the whole time. But it came out in 30 minutes. And it was just so therapeutic for me. And then
it wrote itself.
It did write itself, for sure. And then I brought my friend Kyle over to help me with the music part of it, because I had the melody and the words. And I was like, I want to make this sound good. Like, can you help be an extra ear? So he came and helped me tweak it and finish it up, and it was so special. And then my dad was back in rehab. He went 3 times. They say sometimes it takes 10 times.
Right.
It never, so it was his second time in rehab, and the therapist was like, hey, can you write a letter talking about how his addiction has impacted you in your life? And I said, I don't know if I'm ready for that yet, but I wrote this song. I can send it. So I sent it over, and he listened to it, and he encouraged me to put it out. He was like, he cried, of course, and he was like, Brinn, if this song helps other families, have conversations that it took us 20 years to have, then, put it out there. Yes. He's like, I want our family story to help other people. And so we did the video and all that, and it's been really cool.
It's very good. It's very moving. You
Thank
need to look up Daddy's Medicine by Brinn Black. It's another great one, along with 72. But speaking of your dad, so he is a meteorologist or hurricane
research meteorologist.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do
for
y'all
NOAA.
keep the TV on the Weather Channel all the time?
No. We never did. I mean, I talked to my dad about hurricanes that was kind of a thing that throughout my life I'd call him, and because we lived on the East Coast, and after my family divorced, we lived in Virginia, but we get a lot of hurricanes up there.
Yeah.
And so I'd call him and I'd be like, "How bad is it?" Because we had my great grandma's house was like on the bay, and we'd be like, "Okay, do we need to go bore down the house?" And so he was always on hurricane watch for us too. But no, like my dad really studied hurricanes and like the essence of hurricanes, and he created this thing called the drop sond, which now they use to measure hurricanes and typhoons all around the world, the intensity of it. So
what a unique niche.
Yeah,
to
he was
be
an
so specific
audio
with what he
engineer
wanted.
first. My mom was a performer, and he was doing the audio at Busch Gardens in Virginia, and they met there.
Oh.
And then he was going to school at ODU for audio, and then I guess he took a weather class as a, extra
Elective,
whatever,
yeah.
and he loved it. And then he loved hurricanes, and ended up shifting his whole life. And yeah,
That is really, that's a great story.
yeah,
I love that.
he's flown in over 450 planes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, in 450 hurricanes.
That is scary.
It's terrifying,
Yeah.
but he loved it. He was an adventure chaser. He passed away actually
Oh, I'm
about
sorry.
6 months after I put the song out.
Oh, okay. Well, we got to hear it.
But yeah, but he did, and we actually, his name was Michael, and so this year for Hurricane Michael, they asked if we wanted to spread his ashes into Hurricane Michael, and I got to go down to
Oh my
Florida
gosh, that's great.
and go up with his team on the planes that he has been in, 500 times or whatever, and and they put his ashes out in Hurricane Michael, through the drop sond, through the thing he created.
That is very special.
Yeah,
How about
it was
that?
so special.
Cool. Well, tell me about some of your musical influences. Who's some of your
Oh
favorite?
my gosh. Well, Jody Messina, the Indigo Girls, Garth Brooks, of course.
Yeah.
Sugarland, love them.
You got
Kelly
quite a variety.
Clarkson.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
She's so good.
I know. I always say I grew up on like Garth Brooks and the Backstreet Boys, but also the Indigo Girls. That was my first concert.
Oh, how fun.
So random. I got a random bunch of influences, but just over the years, I find artists like Sean McConnell and Laurie McKenna, who I just can't get enough of ever. So they really have influenced a lot of my songwriting, and I love good performers, good vocalists,
So you are a
storytellers.
songwriter, singer, performer.
Yeah.
And you played the ukulele. Now that is cool.
I play it to write on. I don't think I've ever played it out, in front of people, but maybe I'll do like some Mala Kalikimaka at Christmas
Yes,
time or
definitely.
something.
You need to put out a Christmas record.
Oh, I would love that. Love Christmas.
Well, thank you so much. I know you're swamped. You're staying busy
No,
during
thank
Music
you.
Fest.
Yeah, it's
and,
super fun.
So good to talk to you.
You
I'm glad
too.
we got a few minutes.
Yes.
And y'all go look up Brinn Black's
72.
72. It is a great, great song.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
being here.
Absolutely. Bye.